A man tried to sell the town's tornado siren live on the radio while that bitch was still bolted to the municipal water tower. Welcome to Mercy Gap, Texas, where AM 1430 broadcasts farm prices, obits, weather, and a weekly call-in show they like to call Swap Shop. Never heard of one of these things? This shit's like Craigslist for people who cannot legally own a weapon. If you know, you know. Anyway, these things got like a digital hymnal sing-song voice, and it's where folks find the exact thing they've been looking for what the law don't want them to have. Well, this host, she emailed me. Her name's, we're going to call her Mavis Crowell. Well, Mavis, she said she knowed everybody down there, and I believe it. And everybody's mama. And at 9:17 on a Tuesday, this guy she went to high school with named Roy Murphy calls in. That's the Roy whose niece had a baby with one of them Turner twins. She was sure I knew that. Over in Bethel County, like I knew who the hell she's talking about. Anyway, Roy offers an industrial outdoor warning speaker for $800. Says it rotates, runs perfect, and the buyer, though, well, the buyer's got to remove it from the town water tower. Mavis, who knows Roy well, his niece, both her baby daddies, and why he was banned from the VFW fish fry back in the 80s, asked whether this is the tornado siren off the water tower west of town. She's known this motherfucker since before his second conviction back in 1978 for that shit he pulled out the lake. Some people are just crazy. Roy says that depends on whether the buyer wants to warn people about whatever it is. Well, hell, that answer alone, I thought, I need to take this story. And he gives the dimensions of this thing to Mavis. And Mavis recognizes them because the station sponsors the noon siren test every Wednesday. If you live in the South, Tornado Alley, we're going to blow them horns every week or so. The severe weather poster in the station has a photograph of the Zach machine above an ad for a place called Lorleans Tax Service. If you know this town, keep your damn mouth shut, but she sent me a picture of it. Before commercial, a listener faxes Mavis a close-up of the metal asset tag on the town siren. It's MG00417. Remember that. Mavis asked Roy for his serial number because she is sketchy as hell about this guy. Sure enough, MG00417. There's your first physical receipt, girl. One city asset tag announced live by the man trying to turn public safety into $800 private dollars. Mavis does not accuse him. She knows better. Hell, she knows that he is dangerous. She says the listing is paused until ownership is confirmed. Roy gets furious, as these kind of people do. Says the city sold the siren as scrap. And since his brother is known regionally as the junkyard king of the oil business down there, he gets first dibs on local metal. I heard that family can strip half a copper from a trailer park and still make choir practice. That's the kind of people we're talking about. Anyways, at noon, the siren sounds across town. Not a weak little cough. Honey, that sumbitch screams hard enough to interrupt a root canal and scatter 3 flocks of birds at the city park. Makes Roy hang up on his own merchandise. By lunch, the city manager says the test was automated and the siren scheduled for replacement. Fine. That does not explain, though, why Roy has the number or why the buyer is expected to climb the water tower and get his own damn thing down. $800 in his own socket wrench sounds like a pretty bad deal to me. Mavis requests the council minutes later that afternoon. 4 months earlier, MG00417 was declared non-functional and without resale value and transferred for $1 to Gap County Salvage, owned by the Public Works Director's nephew. The siren never left the tower. The town kept paying that company $480 a month to maintain the damn thing. Girl, they gave away a working siren, paid the owner to service the siren they still possessed, and let Roy sell off the tower like a ceiling fan in a rental house. At the council meeting, though, Roy turns out to be the public work director's brother-in-law. Well, Mavis already knew that. Of course he does. In Mercy Gap, corruption is a family reunion with damn invoices. Roy claims he was only finding a buyer early enough to save the taxpayer the removal costs. Mavis plays that call. Roy never said he represented the town. He said the siren was his. An inventory finds 3 emergency radios, a generator, and 22 barricades on disposal sheets, even though every piece is still in city use. The salvage company got all of it for $4. The council cancels the transfers, sends the records for review, and puts the director on leave. Roy does not get his $800, and that's why Mavis matters. Local radio is wallpaper until a woman who's warned these fools for 23 years about Roy, his brothers, and his nephews recognizes one loose thread. The next morning, Swap Shop opens on time. First caller offers one slightly used city council chair. 7 owners, $4. Accountability, sold separately. I can't believe this shit. Y'all just keep it up.